This is because it's Ali's new flat.
Finally moved. Yay!
So we're basically in Studio 2 now.
Yeah.
And in future it may not be a case of having a chat, a brew and a big black dog. It might be a case of a chat, a brew and 3 little kitties. Because here there are 3 cats. Fifi, Amber and Freya.
And if you say, I thought I lived with Stephen. Well, I did, sort of, but low key type of thing. The reason
Isn't that
being,
Thor's brother?
I was what?
Low key.
But the reason being, I just was having a lot of trouble with my neighbours. So the housing association, housing charity that I have flats with, Faye's here as well. If you can see her, I don't know if you can or not, but
Yeah, I'm filming this on my phone at the moment because my battery
died on the.
wasn't too good on my phone, so on my camera. So we're doing this on the phone for a change. God knows what it's going to be like, but
Well,
here's Freya. Here you go, sugar.
it records high def, so you know. But anyway, getting back to it. Oi!
I think she's seen Amber.
Yes, they seem to have had a little bit of like amnesia. So when they've come into this new place, they've started hissing at each other.
Looking just everything's a little strange at the moment. But anyway, that's enough of the background. I think what we'll do while you're getting the questions sorted, I'll answer the question from last week's Chatterbrew and a Big Black Dog. Oh, the reason there wasn't a Chatterbrew and a Big Black Dog this week is because we were that busy trying to move everything, trying to get stuff moved into this flat. We just didn't have time, and by the time I got round to getting home, and
For one
I was
person,
just absolutely shattered. I just went to sleep. So
for one person, well, 8 years, you've got a great big massive time there to collect a lot of stuff. That's all I'm saying.
indeed. Anyway, so I'm sorry there wasn't a Chatterbrew and a Big Black Dog this week, but hopefully things will be back to abnormal next week. Anyway,
Abnormal.
I know what I'm talking about. Right,
Yeah.
so while you're sorting out the questions for this week, I'm going to answer the question that you asked last week,
I started it.
which was,
Yeah.
how did you put it again? You were walking into a game shop that I owned, and there's 4 tables. How would I help you to decide
What
which
games would be on the 4 tables? And I'm a new to gaming, and I work in as a new gamer. There's 4 tables. What games would you have on each table? And how would you try to sell them to me as a new gamer?
Right, well, I would have a mix of war games and board games on the table. So on 2 of the tables, which will be big ones for war games, I would have something like Kings of War on one, and I suppose something like Warhammer 40k on the other. Yes, I did pull my nose up there because I'm not really a fan of that game. And then on the other 2 tables there will be definitely Zombicide on one of them, and then the other I would rotate depending on, I'd change it weekly. It could be something like Dungeon Saga, Malifaux, Dreadball, Dead Zone. I'm going with all the Mantic stuff here at the moment because they're the ones I can think of just off the top of my head. Starfleet Commander, not Starfleet, Drop Zone Commander and Drop Fleet Commander, that kind of thing. As for trying to sell them to you, I'd first of all have a chat and see what kind of things you're interested in, and then I'd give you a chance of playing them in store and seeing what you think. obviously using very basic stuff just to get you used to, give you an idea of how it's played rather than just bombard you with everything that you can get at the time. I think that would be the easiest way of doing it. And then getting some, I mean, for things like Warhammer 40k, I don't play it, I'm not a clue, so obviously I would pair you up with somebody who did know how to play it, but with us I think I could have a decent job of playing it. And then there'd be also, I'd also have an area where I could just sit and chat and show off the rest of the kind of stock of what there is available in any particular game that you choose to have a look at. So I think that would be probably the easiest way of doing it. Finding out what you want and then going from there. Because I know big, massive tabletop battle games aren't for everybody's cup of tea, although lots of people like collecting and painting them. So it would have to be what you'd be interested in. So, and then obviously after having a game or two, you might find that other things grab your interest more than what you actually was interested in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, yeah. So that's what I would actually have on the table. Warhammer 40k, kind of thing. Kings of War, Zombie side, and then rotate the full table with different games. Okay?
Brilliant. Very interesting.
Right, first question. This is going to be fun. I said this is going to be fun, I haven't got a clue what's coming.
Dear Richard and Judy. Oops, wrong show. Dear Ali, please ask Stephen. The Zombicide maps are great, but they are a bit Smallville USA. Would you or have you thought of painting your own boards? Maybe loosely based on Shaun of the Dead, using the pub, Shaun Mum's house, the shop and streets in the area. Regards, Gareth. Crasher 303, and he's alright with us reading his name out.
Right, well, Gareth, thanks for your question. I haven't actually thought of doing anything like that. But it does sound like an interesting idea. I don't think I would base it on Shaun of the Dead. I'll probably go with the local area where I live. But at Christmas at the Games Club, Scragger, who you may know from Games Nights and our Tuesday nights role-playing game sessions, he made up a 3D board for a zombie apocalypse game, and he set it around where he lived in Leyland. So there's a lot of Leyland kind of. I nearly said Leylandia. That's where we're in the. That's where we were in the D&D thing. Yeah, so there's a lot of Leyland stuff there. It did work as an impressive looking game, but it was a bit too busy, obviously, for getting out every weekend to play. So obviously it'll just be normal 2D tiles, but I think I would actually base it around areas that I know rather than say as
Fictional.
As you said, a fictional place of Shaun of the Dead. But the only thing is I'd be too scared of it getting damaged after all the work I put in actually making them.
I was going to say before, we've not done this before, honestly. The thing is though, with scenery and stuff, you can go over it over and over and over again. You can adapt it It's like a room. You can redecorate it and change the taste of it. And you can do that with scenery, probably.
Yeah, but after a certain amount of time, certain layers of paint that goes onto the board, it's going to start chipping easier.
You could do different versions then.
It'll just be a case of getting square.
From the way you are.
Oh dear Lord, hang on. Just be a case of getting some square canvas boards and just paint it out like that.
Or from the way you are with your normal painting, and your fantastic use of different tones, it shouldn't be. And your attention to detail as well, I think you'd be really good at it.
Not thought of doing it, but
And also, I know you like your minis, and they come to life. But the scenery makes the figures come to life in the natural world.
yeah, the only thing I'm thinking of is if I do actually set it around where I live, these boards. The problem is the people around there are like zombies anyway, so it just wouldn't be much of a difference for me. Believe me, you've seen some of the characters around out my way, so the things you see when you don't have a shotgun. Anyway.
And that's some of the canines.
Definitely. Anyway, I hope that's answered your. Hope that's answered some of you. Hope that's answered your question. Thanks for asking, and hopefully get another one from you next week. Cheers. Next.
Tattoo for you.
Tattoo for you. Richard. Hello, fella.
Hi. To Mrs. Tattoo for you and the kids. Hi.
What happened to it? I'm trying to catch up to you and you've cut yours off.
Fancy just change. Oh boy, that was great. Thanks for the good laugh.
Oh, we're done now. Oh, sorry.
No, I think that...
No.
I think that was when I started laughing, was it?
Probably.
That one. My wife had a moment like that in mine.
Yes, it was.
So my friend, question. Have you ever played Palladium's Rifts RPG? It was my... have I said it right?
Oops, sorry, I've played. Hang on, we'll get to the right place here.
The
Palladium's Rift, yeah.
Yeah, I said it right, maybe. RPG. It was my first RPG I ever played and I loved it.
No, I haven't. I've never heard of it. The first RPG I played was... I had a taster game of D&D Adventure in the, is it 4th edition? Is the new edition 5th? It was the last edition out anyway. That was a couple of years ago. And then from there, we started off doing a 5th edition story last year. We had one evening and then for some strange reason they couldn't carry it on. So what Steen and Anita decided to do was do their own role-playing nights, and I've been going down there. So it started out as a homebrew story using the D&D 5th rules.
Oh, careful.
And then we did that for a while, and then when that came to a reasonable close for that time span of thing, they decided we were going to do a Dungeons and Dragons one, which we've been using on camera. We didn't film the first one, but we have been doing the second one. And then we started off the D&D one at the club a couple of weeks ago, and the same week we did that, we started off the steampunk one with Scragger. So yeah, that's the only bit of the only bit of role playing I've ever done. But so far I'm enjoying it. It may not be very good, And this is Freya, by the way. I don't know if you caught her earlier, but it's Freya again, just in case.
Love you too.
I'm surprised Amber's not popped up yet, but this time. Anyway, yeah, so that's it for role playing for me. It's just different versions of D&D. And we also did a one-off one evening. I can't remember what it was called though. It was just while a few of us couldn't make it. We decided to have a one-off just as a break in the middle of the D&D session. Was it the D&D session or was it the other one? No, I think it was the one before the D&D session. But yeah, that's my, as I say, my thing with roleplay. So not terribly adventurous, but still in early days for me yet. I think it's about being a year since I started doing properly.
You know that thing that we started at yours? The
Oh, the Fighting Fantasy one, yeah. We're going to have to go back to doing that one.
I was thinking we could do that here. Because it like, I think I'll enjoy that here.
Yeah, good to have a try.
Mm-hmm. I've not got any curtains up yet though, so when I get some curtains up it'll probably be a bit better, won't it? In the dark type thing.
Anyway, do we have another?
Yes. I've got another question off tattoo for you.
Another question off tattoo for you?
Mm.
2 questions off tattoo for you. Way.
What would your meal for a lovely date night be? Oh, sorry, what would be your meal for a lovely date night?
You want to go first?
No,
What you would eat?
you can do it. You can say first.
Starting off with calamari. Love calamari with a bit of garlic mayonnaise. And then
I'm glad to see that face again.
I don't know.
That's a cheap night, calamari.
Oh, not finished yet.
Oh.
No, I don't know. It depends on, you know, what, you know, depending on where we go and what.
Okay, if it was Hungry Horse.
What the hell's Hungry House? Oh yeah, there.
The Mount.
Yeah.
Which is a pub in Wigan.
Right, well they don't do calamari there for a start.
No.
But if they did, I'd have that.
Mm.
And then it would be, from there, for somewhere like there, it would be probably curry. We do like the curries from there.
Mm.
Either curry or sea bass. I love sea bass. Lasagna is another one I really do like. I think I'll go with those 3 for the main. One of those 3 for the main course, and for desserts, tiramisu.
If it was date night at home, I wouldn't mind spag ball.
If it's date night at home, she gets what she's given. Can't be cooking.
But if that's not on the menu, because I don't like eating spaghetti or other things like that in public, so I wouldn't. And well, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind having it at home. Wherever home it is at the time, because I've got like 3 homes in a way now, and I've got my home here, I've got yours, and my mum's the kid when I go and visit my mum. But anyway, digressing. Or anything with chicken, salady, pasta-y type thing. But again, if it's at home, if the spag bol isn't on, spaghetti with proper spaghetti and bolognese, that is just fantastic. Made from scratch, no dolmayo, properly made with tomato puree.
But there is something else she likes. What I do is I get a chicken breast, butterfly it, open it up, and put some chopped tomato and garlic over the top of it, and then cover that in cheese, bang it in the oven. It melts down. Chicken pizza without the dough.
And what do we have with it?
Usually I either do cubed potato with mozzarella cheese over the top, or I would do mashed sweet potato.
That's one I've had before. I've not had the cubed one before that. But absolutely.
It's a bit nice.
Mine's connected there. Really. Oh, I'm so great. Oh, Fab. Oh. You won't believe we've only been together since April, would you? Or probably go to a Chinese buffet. Because I do like me chicken satay or making prawn satays and stuff like that.
Oh, we sat on a satay.
But drink wise, red wine. You've got me onto one called Devil's Castle, haven't you?
Castello de Diablo.
Yes. I like my red. I went off red wine, but I'm back on it now. I'm not much of a drinker though, but says we. But yeah. But if we're out and about, I'll probably have my usual, which is chicken New Yorker.
Yeah, she gets that near enough everywhere she goes.
Or
chips and egg.
no. See, I don't think I could try any fish. I'll probably try the sea bass. Somewhere else. Like if it's at an Italian and it's cut in. Because actually, when it went to me last year, it was me niece's 18th, and we went to an Italian for her birthday, and she had sea bass there. And I thought, how grown up an 18-year-old eating sea bass? And that did actually look nice, and very light, and you know. So probably if it was like that, probably I think I've had a strange thing with food. I've never had a good relationship with food, but now I'm just enjoying. If I feel like it, I'll have it. If I don't feel like it, but I feel like I want to try it, if that's understandable. Like fish, for instance, I didn't really like it, but in these past few months I've had salmon, I've had bass, and last week I've had smoked haddock. And months ago, you would never ever have got me eating them. But in this past, 2 months, even weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks. Last 4 weeks.
Probably
Actually.
4 or 5 weeks, yeah. I've had them 3 different fish.
We had them at my dad's when we've been round to my dad's on a Wednesday. We missed one Wednesday, so.
Yeah, I don't know what fish that was.
What?
What you had?
Sea bass, I think it was. Was it? I don't know, I can't remember.
So you had sea bass twice? Or was it salmon? I don't know, it doesn't matter.
Can't remember.
But from that, it cooks it in a steamer, And from that, I'm looking for a steamer. So, yeah, there you go. So that's that. Edit beer.
Thanks for your question, Rick. Try that one again. Thanks for your question, Richard.
Edit beer.
Edit beer. Nick, thank you very much for the question. What do we have?
Great answers. No bonus entries, I'm afraid.
Oh. So I
Wow.
can't just do that and say live long and prosper in any video and get a bonus entry. No, okay, fair enough. No understand now. I'll say it.
He says, I'm a bit of a fan of reality TV myself.
Oh well.
It's always entertaining, but not for everyone. A question for Mrs. Spider.
No, I can go on then, can I?
Are you leaving your phone?
Even the cat's beggared off and won't play with me.
Faye's looking out window now. Oh, bless. Anyway, getting back to it. I also used to watch all the soaps and stopped when I met my wife. If you could start watching just a single soap, which one would you choose?
Dove.
Ha.
Imperial leather.
Ha. Emmerdale. Emmerdale because, I know probably because I live in the north west of England, you might have thought Coronation Street, but no. Emmerdale. I love the countryside, I love the storylines of the older people. I grew up with all the soaps, but Emmerdale was my favourite growing up, really, because it stayed true to itself. I must say, the times that I have seen it though, with when I'm at mum's or when I'm at Sid's, or anywhere else I can get a glimpse of it, it does, at this moment in time, I feel like it is getting a bit silly. But then again, it must be what the watchers of it want. I hope it's not going to get too silly, like silly as in Hollyoaks, because I heard that one of the producers from Hollyoaks had moved over to Emmerdale, and that's when it started to go funny. It started to go very dramatic and dark, and I've forgotten his name now. Him who died in pub, I can't remember his name now.
Amos really.
No,
Mr. Wilkes.
no,
Yeah, Mr. Wilkes.
you don't know. Cameron.
David Cameron.
I wish. Cameron, when Cameron died in the pub, that storyline, that was very dark, and I know it went on for a while, but that seemed EastEnderish, or you know. But then again, it must be what people want, other than myself, because I liked it because it was different to EastEnders, Coronation Street, Hollyoaks. You know, it was different to that. It was more true to life, if you will. Because I think sometimes it can go way overboard. But I'm glad that this year it won the Best Soap Award. Because normally it's either Emmerdale or Corrie, and then back to Emmerdale, or Corrie, Emmerdale, rather, no, wrong, start it again. Cut that bit out.
No.
Whenever you know that show with Philip Schofield, the awards there, it's either EastEnders, Corrie, EastEnders, Corrie, EastEnders, Corrie, and Emmerdale never ever gets a look in, but it did this year for the first time ever. So in years, I think since it started, that award show. Yeah, and the storylines are good because at the minute, David, his storylines to do with cancer of the male parts, and he's doing it very, very sympathetically and very well. From what I've managed to see. And you're also doing schizophrenia, as well. This is the bit that I've managed to get hold of with when I managed to spot it or catch up with it elsewhere. So yeah, it's Emmerdale.
I want to know, how soon is it if somebody gets killed in Emmerdale? How soon is it from that storyline finishing to somebody getting killed in EastEnders? And then how soon from that finishing does somebody get killed in Coronation Street? And if it starts all over again. And it may not necessarily be in that order.
Well, they do generally like sort of follow the same sort of topic,
Yeah.
don't they?
But
it used to be murder. Used to be murder. Used to be really. It was EastEnders and Corrie that used to do it a lot. Emmerdale wasn't so much. That's why I liked it, because it was.
They are plane crashes.
That's why it was flipping it. That's years ago. That's why it was.
That's when I last watched it.
It just was on a different path itself, and it seemed like when the Dingles come in. When the Dingles first come into Emmerdale, and they were like a real traveller sort of clan, if you will. And now, the sort of that type of family still exists, but they've sort of dwindled that type of family out. But that's where everything's sort of gone very top notch, if you will.
The problem is the characters in them who have some form of humour, personality, always seem to get booted out and replace them with somebody who is just exactly the same as the others. No character, no personality, just same kind of thing. I used to like Coronation Street for the humour in it, because there's some absolute cracking characters in it.
Well, that's why it went funny, but since, what's his name, who created it? No. Tony Warren.
That's it.
Tony Warren.
I know his brother Rabbit.
Rabbit Warren. So yeah, he does it say when he died?
This year.
1st of March. 1st of March this year he passed, bless him. But yeah, no. I was still saying Emmerdale. Actually, this is what I managed to go at my mum's. I'll have to find somebody else to go with. Probably my best friend Heather. Excuse me, to do his studio tours at Emmerdale.
And Freya's back.
So, I'll leave it there now.
This week is the Freya show.
I don't think it'll be a Fifi show unless I grab her. She's a little black and white sumo, Fifi is. She's lovely. But you are lovely as well, yes you are.
Anyway, is that it for the questions? That all we've got? Okay. So,
try to spread it out a bit with talking.
Yeah. So, that's it for this video. Hopefully we get some more next week. So if you'd like to leave a question for us, either do so in the comment section for this video, or from the or send an email to the following address:
queenbeealley2016@gmail.com.
And we will try our best to do another video next week. But I want at least 3 questions. Or 3 different people asking questions.
That's like,
Not one person asking 3 questions.
no.
No, 3 different
No.
people
Yeah.
asking questions.
Like,
Otherwise the video's going to be short and sweet like a roasted maggot.
like Mini Warzone, I've not seen him ask a question yet, I don't think. Has he asked a question?
I think so. He has done a few times, yeah.
Mini Warzone, if you've got a question for Steve
Alright,
or me,
alright,
at the end of your
alright.
P&Q, can you ask the question on that, please?
Alright.
Or Freya?
If you want to ask a question for Freya, ask one. She'll not answer it, but you can ask. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, from Ali.
Keep smiling, keep imagining, keep believing.
And from me, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.